whenever I meet people, including president, first I look human level. So because on human level, you see, we can develop the real sense of concern on their well-being. And I think a real friendship or trust come on that level, not some secondary level of different positions or different sort of expertise. Right? Expertise.
No, status now.
Oh, Matachi, Shen Janda.
As in secondary level distinctions such as educational standards and so on.
On human level, we are same human being. So, on that level, we can develop so true kinship. I think true kinship. That I always say. Practice that, so I'm very happy. Then secondary level, I'm not a politician. I'm, I think, a student of Nalanda tradition. So except I think those Indian or Sri Lanka. Then, of course, we have some sort of common experience or common sort of city knowledge, common tradition. So that's my view. And some questions now.
Maybe we can have some questions.
No question now.
How is the Minnesota cold to you?
Actually, you see, Dharamsala, in early 60s, sometimes quite heavy snowfall. The recent decades, no longer. So I just wish more snow. And meantime, the room where I live warm. So now here, outside a lot of snow, inside the room warm. So very good. And then one occasion in Norway, you see the hotel I stay, you see the Thor,
The roof.
roof, glass. So I really wish you see the more snowfall and can see. But meantime inside warm. If in order to see snowfall, remain in the snow and then frozen. So I really very much enjoy here like that.
Your Holiness, I know you're familiar with the situation in terms of peace all over the world. And personally, I have 18 grandchildren who live in Israel, and so it's real important to
18?
me. 18 grandchildren in Israel. So it's real important to me that we have peace in the Middle East. So do you have any advice for the Israelis and the Palestinians on how they can reach a peaceful resolution to their conflict?
One time in Missouri, meeting with students, and then one student asked me at that time, Iran problems. Yeah. So the questioners asked me, what is sort of my message or sort of the advice about the Iran crisis. Then I respond, no use to express my suggestions or views. Will not reach there. Even reach there, no effect. So no use. So now
We'll put it on Facebook, and so everyone will hear about it.
I have been Jerusalem few occasions, and I met both Palestine group and Jewish group. When I listen, Jewish, they have sufficient reasons. You see, that land belongs to them, so really, because justify, remain there. Then met some Palestine, just opposite views. They mentioned what to do. Now, only thing is, both sides should be realistic. The whole Arab world, you see, wiped out Israel, impossible. The Israel, you see, whole Arabs make enemy no good. They have to live side by side. So there are contradictory interests there, but have to make compromise. Otherwise, you see, since 48, still killing going on. If you want continuously killing whole this century, then okay, present situation is okay. If you see people do not want that, then have to find more because of the reconciliatory
Conciliatory approaches.
sort of approach, both sides. That might be.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Last year I had a dinner with the new Prime Minister and he said you turned over the power as leader of government
Yes.
of Tibet. How do you think that's working out?
Very good, very good. Actually, since my childhood, I very much sort of attracted democratic system. Our existing Tibetan government system is too much power in few individuals' hand. So some injustice or these things, you see, easily happen. So I took the political responsibility in 1951. Then around 52, 53, I set up reform committee, try to carry some reform, but then not successful because the Chinese communists, they said they want start reform according their own way. So if we start reform, then it naturally be more realistic. So that can be obstacle for their own way of reform. So then 56 on crisis started. And then 59 we escaped. There's no other alternative. Then as soon as we reach India, we start work for democratization. Then 60 Jitu Koya.
We set up the People's Assembly through election.
Then step by step, we worked for democratization. Then 2001, we already achieved elected political leadership. Then my position is semi-retired position. Now 2011, I totally sort of retired now. Not only myself retired, but also 4 century old tradition. Dalai Lama institution automatically become head of both temple and spirituality. Now that ended voluntarily, proudly ended. So that's the process. Now, why democratic system is the best? Because I believe world belongs to humanity, and each country belongs to the people. So one time in this country also, I expressed this a few occasions, America belongs to about 300 millions of American people, not a Republican or Democratic. And then also in Japan, I mentioned, you see, Japan belongs to Japanese people, not royal family. And also, you see, not religious leaders like that. So, since you see, the country belongs to the people, so the best way to rule the country by the people is democratic system. Choose their own leader. So since leader come out of sort of vote, public sort of trust, so leader have to report transparently to voters, and ultimately voters have the sort of the right to change. I think President Nixon, Watergate scandal, he impeached or something, isn't it? So like that. These are, I think, really strength of democracy.
Question. Tomorrow is Tibetan New Year.
Oh,
What is your wish for the Tibetan diaspora? Tibetans who are in America and other places. What is your wish for them?
now last almost 55 years, I think the Tibetan refugee community, generally speaking, quite successful. Wherever they live, generally, you see, they develop good relation with local people. Occasionally some problems, that is understandable. And then basically, you see, Tibetan in Europe, Switzerland, now considerable, about 4,000, right? About 4,000 in Switzerland. And then Belgium, about 3,000. And Canada, considerable. Oh, 5,000, including this person. Then America, considerable. Right, no, about 7,000. So generally, quite well settled. And their children, grandchildren, generally speaking, they've grown up as a Tibetan. I noticed there's a Tibetan Muslim, small community, about 400 years since they come to Tibet from India, mainly from Ladakh. During 5th Dalai Lama, this is the first, I think, group come, and then Dalai Lama, 5th Dalai Lama, provided land for building mosque. So, about, I think, 2,000 of them, after 59, around, I think, early 60, they also escaped or came out. So, recently, 2 years ago, since Jammu Kashmir situation now a little better, so I visited there. I visit them. So their children, quite young, I think around 10 years old, they speak Tibetan very well. No particular school learning Tibetan, but in their family, they kept Tibetan language alive. So religiously, they are Islam, Muslim, but they are very much in the spirit of Tibetan spirit, like that. So wherever the Tibetan live, generally, they kept our spirit very good. And then some, our concern is now a little bit sort of some sign, degenerate, honest, truthful, compassion, a little bit degenerate, decline in India as well. I think 2-3 years ago in Switzerland, few young Tibetan youth, this is robbed one Sri Lankan person. So they put in prison. Then one event in New York, few years ago, I met Tibetan, and I praised, you see, Tibetan, the compassionate sort of attitude. These are very, very important. Soon after that meeting, I think three or two Tibetan, you see, they drunk, and then one young Tibetan killed, Tijet.
Knife stabs.
So such now a little bit sort of degenerate. That we are, although political responsibility, I totally now retired, but still I carry the responsibility, preservation of Tibetan identity, Tibetan culture, Tibetan language, these things. Because I feel that's really worthwhile. Now, as far as Buddhism is concerned, particularly Nalanda tradition is concerned, Tibetan language is the best language to explain complicated Nalanda philosophical views or theory, these things, really. So, really worthwhile. And then, now China, people from China, the Buddhist population, now around 400 millions, China. So rapidly increasing. So many of these Chinese Buddhists, they're showing interest in Tibetan Buddhism, and many of them follow Tibetan Buddhism. And that creates some opportunity, some mischievous Tibetan Lama, they exploit that. Recently I met one Chinese, he told me now in Chengdu, full of false Tibetan Lama, exploiting.
And in Thailand?
Huh?
In Thailand?
Thailand, yes, before diplomatic relation with communist world, and including China, I had a few occasions to visit there. And then Buddhadasa, I met Buddhadasa, wonderful teacher, wonderful bhikshu. Then the leader, the supreme patriarch, what do you call it? A patriarch. Wonderful, wonderful. Then after they start diplomatic relation with China, then no longer possibility to visit there. So except Japan, you see, no Buddhist country allowed me visit. So because I'm Buddhist. Now Taiwan also. Previously, you see, I have been Taiwan, I think 2 times. I think 3 times. But then gradually, no possibility. Even transit, impossible. America, in spite of some drawbacks here and there, I think basically, really, very important nation. So, little critics. Sometimes in Taiwan also, you see, some occasion I express now different political party think more about common interest about the Taiwanese economy rather than political parties or the interest. So here also Republican and Democratic is sometimes you see the more concerned about the political parties sort of name or interest rather than the nation. That I think sometimes important. When you have some problems, then think more. Or you are leading nation of free world. So domestic little problems, it's minor. That I want to share.
Thank you.
If too much bold,
Thank you.
then the
Excellent, thank you.
Your Holiness, on behalf of all of us here, thank you so much. The world acknowledges you as the premier leader advocating for peace and religious harmony in the world. It is in that spirit that as the Council, we would like to invite you again to come back. We hope that you could address us and talk about how we can be more compassionate, and be more caring and inclusive with each other. So here is our letter, a formal letter of invitation for you.
Oh,
And
that's good.
And also, as a token of our thanks, we have a gift basket for you.
마사 오늘 비슷지 인비리시 찍기 전에 야우사주.
It's very auspicious to receive an invitation before even the visitors come to an end.
That's what we want. We want you to
Thank
come
you,
back,
thank
we hope.
Thank you.